Toyota certainly has its hands in a lot of segments, and now they've added yet another vehicle. This is the 2018 Toyota CHR, which stands for Coupe High Rider. This was originally slated to be a Scion, which explains a lot of the design and pretty much packaging decisions that they made. You know, Scion was supposed to appeal to young people, and it did at first, but then the economy went south, and while the market came back in recent years, Scion never did, so Scion went away. So you have a lot of really neat styling elements on this CHR, very aggressive, especially for a conservative company like Toyota. The biggest thing is the coupe-like appearance. Coupe High Rider, as you can see, they not only made it look like a coupe, they actually concealed this door handle. I've never seen this application. Very similar to the Nissan Juke, but I think a better executed version of the Juke, except for the powertrain. So you have a nice engine, a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 144 horsepower, 139 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a CVT, gets an average of 29 miles per gallon, but we think it needs more power. The Juke gets about 180. Imagine this engine with a turbo, and I think they would have a really neat car, because dynamically, the car can certainly handle that extra power. Let's take a quick look at what's going on inside the CHR. As you can see, the acceleration is certainly not one of the CHR's strong points. I think it would benefit from having a little more power. Hopefully we'll see that down the road, maybe in a mid-cycle refresh, perhaps a turbo. Overall though, we really like the way it drives, and I think that's a credit to Toyota for putting a lot of effort into the driving dynamics of a vehicle that's priced at $22,000. And that also implies that it does have some more capability and options down the road to handle more power. The interior, I think, is very well executed. I like the 7-inch navigation screen. Still no Apple CarPlay, but it's very capable and I think fits this price range. You have a CVT transmission with 7 simulated shifts. Still not a fan of CVTs, but they're getting better and better, and that's how you're getting the 29 miles per gallon average CVT working with this 4-cylinder engine. Seats are comfortable. For drivers of all sizes, you have a lot of room to go up or down, and you have a lot of great features that are packaged into this car. We like the way it drives, we like the way it looks. I certainly think this will be a healthy addition to the Toyota lineup. But one of the things we really don't like about the CHR is the fact that for a 2018 model year vehicle, they only put one USB port in the entire vehicle. If they're going to target young people, and that's what they've told us, young people are going to want multiple ports for all their devices. So I think that was a big miss on Toyota's part. I do like what Toyota has done. They have integrated the backup camera into the rear view mirror. We've seen this in other applications, but I guess it's been a while since we've driven a car with this, and I think it's a really nice high definition screen. They could have put it here, but I think this is kind of a place we're used to looking anyway. So who is the target buyer for Toyota? Well, they tell us they're going to sell 30,000 in the first year because they're not going to be available until around June or July, and 60,000 in a typical year. Will those buyers come from within the brand? For example, people who are going to trade in their Corolla, or are they going to be attracting completely new buyers? Of course, that's what they're hoping for. We'll see, time will tell. What I see is maybe a dad or a mom coming into the dealership with their 20-year-old and wanted to help them get a new car, want to stick with a loyal, dependable brand like Toyota, but they want to see something a little more exciting, and I think this is really going to attract a lot of those kind of buyers. It's a very polarizing application of a compact crossover. By the way, I want to talk a little bit about the whole crossover thing. While this does have more ground clearance than the IM, for example, it is not available in all-wheel drive, and it doesn't have, in my opinion, that magic 7.5 or 8 inches of ground clearance to be considered a crossover, a lot like the Kia Niro. But this is what they want to call it. I say it's a hatchback. They say it's a crossover. You decide. The starting price on the CHR is $22,500 for the base model and just under $24,500 for the upgraded model. You get the push button start and a couple of other upgraded features. This car has a lot of functionality and it's positioned nicely. If you go to a Toyota lot, you'll see the Corolla IM, also used to be a Scion. I'd say that's a 5-door hatchback. This is kind of in between that and a RAV4 because you do get the functionality of this liftgate. You have a 60-40 split seat and enough room that you could certainly utilize it a lot more than say a Corolla. Overall, this segment is really expanding. I mentioned the Nissan Juke, but you have a lot of other options from a lot of players. Hyundai Elantra GT is one of the newer ones, for example. And so I see a lot of competition. I see this segment continuing to grow, and they certainly are trying to appeal to a younger audience. I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Driver's Seat.